guys, welcome to the channel. Mike from Mike's Tactical Gear channel. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit more about belt setups and just some belt recommendations and what I currently use. As some of you know, and many of you know if you've watched my other videos, I am an active police officer, and along with some other public safety roles as well. And these are some of the setups that I currently use to this date. First is my current police everyday setup. It's going to be the tried and true just Faro Concepts bison belt. It is pretty worn and it's pretty floppy, but man, I love it. It's very, very comfortable. It's easily adjustable, and it does what I need it to do. I don't run a lot of stuff on my belt, really. This rifle case, magazine case, I use to hold a radio. That's what I like it for. It's just I use it just as a general purpose pouch. I carry a set of handcuffs. I carry one on my belt, one on my plate carrier. Just a standard dump pouch. I carry my Leatherman, my multi-tool, my Aspeton, and of course my holster. I also have a Shaw Concepts drop down on my my holster, and the holster drop is a True North Concepts. My main job as a police officer is I'm not a beat cop anymore. I don't roll around writing tickets. I don't roll around in the police car anymore. What I do is I'm a firearms trainer. That's all that I do now is firearm stuff, qualifications, training, etc. So that's primarily why I don't carry a lot of stuff on my belt. It's mostly derived for pistol usage and firearms usage. So the next belt that I've used in the past is I've used it pretty extensively when I was doing some military security things, and I really don't like it. Not saying that it's a bad belt. I'm just not a huge fan of it, the way that it's cut and some of the features that it has. This is the Odin Mark, I believe it's the Mark III belt from Raptor Tactical. So it's got Velcro on the back if you need to attach any kind of like IFAKs or whatnot. But while being fairly comfortable to wear, it's not that great as a MOLLE belt. I've found that actually weaving the stuff actually through the belt worked a lot better than using the MOLLE. As you can see on the bison belt, it's semi-rigid belt, and then you have MOLLE woven in. This on the Raptor Tactical, it's just laser cut. So I found that the laser cut stretches quite significantly when you start putting things on here. Some of it's already stretched out pretty gnarly, just from having like magazine pouches and they twist. So I'm not a huge fan of the Raptor belt, and I believe they're starting to change a lot of their belt designs to have the woven MOLLE, not necessarily the laser cut, but I'm just not a huge fan of the laser cut MOLLE on a belt system. But other than that, it's a very, very comfortable belt. The only other thing that I found that really affected the belt was the clip. So on this one, it's got the really nice clip here, and it's really, really nice. However, it would come loose all the time, so I ended up having to zip tie the extra because it really didn't have a really good place for it to retain very, very well, and it would come loose all the time. So other than that, it's a good everyday belt. It's very, very comfortable, but if you're looking to put a lot of stuff on MOLLE, it's just not it. It's not one that I would recommend. One of the new belts that's finally hitting the market, and you might have seen on a lot of just tactical channels, is the Agilite, the new Agilite belt, the Magnetics belt. So this belt is fantastic. It is semi-rigid. I've been wearing this a lot at the range. This is pretty much the belt that I've gone to. Our police department requires us that we wear black, and before we got that directive, we were switching to green. All of our tactical guys were switching to green. That's why it's green, and that's why I don't wear it for work purposes. But man, it's a great belt for any range. Pretty much, it's really nice, and I've started wearing this when I do military security stuff. So up front, I have 2 mag pouches, pistol mag pouches with Kydex inserts. Just a general purpose pistol mag pouch. That's usually what I carry my multi-tool, the one that I carry my multi-tool in. Handcuff case for when we do have to do security work. A general purpose pouch. I throw like Band-Aids. I've thrown granola bars or just something to keep me sustained over the 12-hour time or 16-hour time, depending on what we're working that day. So then moving around, I've got another single mag pouch. Again, you can ever, if you're carrying an extra mag, have an extra mag with you. Just then I have a Blue Force Gear dump pouch. It just pulls out and it's a dump pouch. Real easy to stuff away. I do carry a tourniquet holder on my belt. Just slung underneath here. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I haven't really done that much playing around with it. As you can see, it doesn't have a tourniquet in there right now because I'm trying to figure out where to put it. I don't know if I want to keep it on my belt or if I want to put it in my molly or on my plate carry somewhere. It is Velcro, so it's really easy just to move around. If I wanted to move it around to the other side, it doesn't take hardly anything whatsoever. Standard Safariland QLS, again with the Shaw Concepts leg thigh strap. So I'm really happy with the Shaw Concepts leg thigh strap. I like the fact that this one doesn't pivot. This is their first generation one, and it attaches with 3 holes, as the one that I'm currently wearing on my duty setup, it pivots. I get why he did it. It's just I'm not a huge fan of it. I like the one that's pretty rigid and stays. But this belt is very interesting, as that it is rigid all the way through. As you can see, it's got this hard plastic piece that keeps it rigid all the way through. It just slips in and secures like that. So in theory, you can have molly all the way up to the belt buckle on either direction. I like it just because it keeps the front of the belt rigid, and you're not having that gap like here. You're not having this problem. So it's very nice in that aspect. So again, I've got a True North drop on my holster. It's the best out there. It works with the Safariland, Blackhawk, you name it. So it'll work with pretty much anything. What's also nice about the new Agilite Magnetics belt is this the inner belt. So again, it's semi-rigid. It feeds into itself, so you don't have that front unnecessary movement. I'm not a huge fan of how it feeds in. I wish it had like a G-hook system or some other kind of system, kind of like the Bison belt, but it just Velcros in and stays. They are marketing just the interior belt as like an EDC belt on Agilite. It's nice. It's really nice. But I wish it was just had like a G-hook system, not necessarily the front Velcro, because it feeds through this clip, and then you have to pull it back on itself. It's not bad. It works. It's functional, and it's just not what I necessarily prefer. But hey, it's a great belt. The really cool party piece to this is the reason it's called the Magnetics belt. So as you can see on the belt, you have these two super rare rare magnets. So they're pretty strong, and what that does is it lines up your belt almost perfectly every time that you put it on. So you have the other magnets here on the belt, and there we go. Literally it just attaches. So, and then you just wrap it around like you would normally, and connect. So that's a really ingenious thing that Agilite has thought of, and it makes putting your belt and lining your belt up really easy. We've all been there where we're trying to get the Velcro just on there just right to where the Velcro all sticks, but the magnet system is make sure it's lined up all right and it clicks in just the same. So it's a really good system, really ingenious system that they've come up with. But that's some of the stuff that I wear on my range days and when I go to work. Do I have a preference? Yes, I have a preference. I would take the Agilite system all day. I just don't have it in black. But the Ferro Concepts, it's tried and true, and it hasn't done me wrong. So it's also a great system. There are other systems out there. The Ronin Tactics belt. If you're really balling on a budget, Condor, I guess. But no one wants to see you wear that. Spend some money on quality gear. Yes, they're expensive. You're going to spend upwards of $200-300 on a decent belt. It's worth it for comfortability. And I wore back in the day when I first started, I wore just the 2-inch nylon hard rigid belt, and then I transitioned when we were wearing a regular blues uniform to a leather belt, and the leather belt was the most comfortable thing. However, it was a pain in the butt to put on. Do I still like the leather belt? Absolutely. However, we've moved out of the regular blues uniform and we're more in a tactical setup now. So I'm back to using a tactical battle belt style. So it's hard to do, and yes, it's expensive. Find something that works with you. Find something that works with your budget, and go from there. But the biggest thing of all to do is go get training. Go to the range. Go get some training. See what works for you. See what doesn't. See where things on your belt, you like to place things on your belt. By far, this is not a belt setup video. This is just my thoughts and what I use on a daily basis at either the range or at work. I hope it gave you a little bit of insight into what I like and what I don't. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop a follow and drop a comment in the comment section. If you're looking to work on dry fire practice, check out Mantis dry fire systems. I'll leave a link in the description. Other than that, comment what you like, what you don't like. If you have any questions, I'll try to get back to you. Follow and support the Patreon. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day. Be safe. Go get some training.